everybody.
I'm Steve.
I'm Mark.
And this is Smokey, Steve, and Mark.
Oh, yes, it is.
Welcome or welcome back.
Howdy ho.
Happy Wednesday.
Yes, happy hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
12:45. At
wondering for the
12:45
time.
on a Wednesday, my work week is officially half done.
Yes.
So, it's very exciting.
They probably
I'm
didn't
very
know
excited.
that.
I only mention it as often as Did I tell you the fishing pole story?
No, you didn't.
No. When I was a kid.
No, now's not the time.
Okay. Well, that will make it an unhappy Wednesday, I guess. So, you were off today.
Yes, I was off today.
And it's methyltrexate hangover day. How are you feeling?
It is. Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
You
wasn't
look
as
good.
bad. Yeah, it wasn't as bad this week.
Doesn't
so.
he look good? He looks good.
You say the sweetest things.
Aw, shit.
I know
But
it's
no,
a lie.
But no, you look fine. I mean, you've been rougher.
Yeah, I've been a lot
And your
rough,
mood
yeah.
seems like it's been okay.
Yeah, especially on Wednesday. Yes, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
But I have, but it's been a busy week, and I forgot to mention too, I start my classes this Saturday.
Yes, it's back to school.
So like all that time, but yeah, talking about time and not having enough time for this and that, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Because Saturday from 9 to 5, I'm back to school.
Mm-hmm.
It's close. It's 5 minutes away, really.
Yeah,
by
it's across
car.
town, and it's
Yeah.
only one day a week for
8 hours.
8 hours.
9
and
to
then
5.
for 10
Strictly
10 weeks,
9
weeks.
to 5. They are staying to. I got an email saying
It's
that
lies,
we are starting at 9 no matter what. Be early. You get 1 half-hour break at lunch. That's it. Even if you miss 5 minutes, the Pennsylvania State Board makes you make up that time. It's very, very I was like,
When
woo!
I did my training, it was a different certification than
Yeah.
yours. It was 80 hours, 75, 80 hours. They took off the half hour for lunch every day for the 2 weeks that we were there. But it wasn't like that. I mean, we stayed late almost every day.
Yeah.
We may have gotten out 15 minutes early a couple days. And we
Yeah.
never started late. Ever started late. So,
But I mean, really, when you think about it, I guess it's technically back to a 5-day work week because I've been off Wednesdays now since COVID started.
yeah.
So, I still have Wednesdays and Sundays off.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just see.
Do you have
We'll
the-
just see how it goes.
Do you have the materials for the class?
We
yet?
get it on our first day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they don't want you to prepare. or
I have a
anything.
portal, an online portal that I can go into and check out some things, and all of our homework and everything's on there.
Yeah.
But the binder and the books and all that, we get that on the first day.
So do we get to find out along the way interesting, fun things you're learning, or
Well,
like that?
I guess if it's interesting.
Mark's going to be a certified recovery specialist.
Yeah.
So he will be able to use his lived experience as an addict, compiled with training, to use that experience to help others.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what I do, except I'm on the mental health side of things.
Yeah, and I'll
Not
be on the
addiction and recovery side of
yeah.
things.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a good thing. It's a fun
They
thing.
already shelled out my office at work.
Yeah.
It's so cool to be the first time that I actually have my own office ever.
Yeah.
Like with a door that closes and everything.
I
And my
know.
own window,
Mhm.
my own desk. There's a desk in there now, some chairs, and I can order furniture if I want. I'm so excited. I mean, they have me already graduated and seeing patients, I mean, not really, but they're already
Yeah.
I'm let's keep this in. Let's not rush things. I'm not going to be.
Let's keep it right sized.
I won't even be certified until May.
Yeah.
So.
And this is a good jumping off career beginning credential to get things going. Like I have mine. I don't have a master's in counseling just
Right.
because I've done it for 6 years.
Yeah.
I have 6 years of experience in my field, and then you pick up shit along the way.
Mm-hmm.
I've had I don't know how many hours of continuing education. I mean, if you jam all that into college credit hours, it might look impressive. But
Yeah.
Continue it as your friend when you're not in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Because you go, oh, I learned this, ooh, I learned that. And then it's an excuse to leave town and go to continuing education trainings.
Yes, it is.
And since you work in a private office, you can afford nicer ones.
I can.
I work for a nonprofit, so they treat us very well.
I was gonna say they do treat you.
They
good
treat
there,
us
though,
very
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
but you can't go to the well too many times. Don't want to be greedy. So,
But I mean, I'm excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of, I don't know, kind of anxious about it. And I wish it could be May. I wish it could be done with.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I like the sense of accomplishment. I just don't like doing things.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But, on the technology side, we're working on that. We should have our new equipment by the end of the week.
Yeah.
hopefully.
And things went relatively smoothly last night.
Last
so
night
the
we
gods
did a
were on our
shorter
side.
video,
Yeah.
and we did something a little different, so we were able to. That was.
We
Yeah, it
maneuvered
wasn't-
things around
not
so it
that
didn't
bad.
get out too late. This probably won't go out too late
Right,
either because
right.
it's a little earlier in the day. When you're off, you're home.
We can
so
get
as soon,
stuff done a little
So as soon as I'm
earlier.
done working, 1 minute after,
Yeah.
you can have everything set up, and I can
Yeah.
send my activities to my boss, and we sit and film.
Yeah.
So it goes a little faster that way.
Yeah, and thanks for the comments last night too. You know, some people expressed their concern, like, and they were like, "You guys deserve a day off." Did you read them?
Yeah.
Take a day off and don't feel guilty about it. We don't want you to burn out. We don't
Yeah.
want you to. That was very nice. Thank you so much for your
Yeah.
concern. It means a lot to hear that. It really does.
That's on our part to keep our channel kind of in perspective for us.
Yes.
It's meant for us to be a hobby. So if we're not enjoying doing it, there's something on our end that we're not
Right.
getting.
Right.
You know, it's not like unfriendly backlash or the channel's tanking or anything like that.
no.
We've been doing relatively well. Slow and steady kind of type.
Yeah.
So it's just on us to make it easier, to make it lighter.
Mhm.
And that's in the works too. So
And people had some helpful comments too.
yeah, they had really good ones on the technology
Yeah.
as well. So I didn't get a chance to go through yesterday's comments to read them. I looked at a handful I got alerts for, but there were some from people who know what they're talking about with technology, I believe. So I'll be touching base with probably some of those folks too. So thanks for your suggestions.
much-
they're not on
yes,
deaf ears.
much
I just haven't seen them
appreciated.
yet. So
Definitely, yes.
Speak-
And go ahead.
oh,
We probably were going to say the same thing. Yes. So we did do something fun. We have a recipe for you today. And I'll tell you, I've been talking for the last, I don't know how many, a couple weeks, well, probably since before Christmas, but the last couple weeks I've been telling you how, like, I am over winter, right? Totally over winter. So I thought, oh my gosh, what could we make that would bring the spring or summer in, right? Yeah, kind of in a way.
Yeah.
Well, y'all know I love leeks. I do. I love leek soup. I like using leeks. I think they're very underrated. I do. So I thought that I would share with you my recipe for some creamy leek and orzo soup. It's like a breath of spring.
it is.
Is it?
I
know.
don't know.
It's very,
Sure.
very. It's good. It does remind me of the summer, but
Yeah.
I also think it's great for the middle of winter too, because it kind of, I don't know, it has a freshness about it.
Yeah.
It's like a light and fresh. I mean, it's creamy, but I don't know. It's spring-like to me.
Yeah. It's not a chowder. It's more of a light bisque.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you want to show it
Yes.
off?
Let's go make it.
All right. Let's
All right.
roll.
Hey guys, hey, we are back in the kitchen. Oh yes, my favorite place to be, right? Okay, today I'm going to share with you my recipe for some creamy leek and orzo soup. Oh yeah, this is so delicious. Now, this recipe is a big recipe. It'll feed a lot of people, so feel free to cut it in half or even double it if you have a lot of people. You'll get at least 6 to 8 servings out of this recipe, okay? So, let's get right to it. Here is the ingredient list. So you're going to need some butter. That would be about 3 tablespoons, okay? Then we need some carrots, about a cup of cut carrots. And I just used these baby carrots because why not? They're $1, they're petite. We want them to be small anyway. So I think this is a perfect pick. Now, you obviously could use regular carrots too. So what you want is about a cup of cut carrots about this size. Now these baby ones I just cut on the bias because I think they look real pretty like that. All right, in addition to that, you're going to need leeks. Oh yeah, I just love leeks. Well, if you've seen any of our cooking videos before, you know that I totally dig leeks, okay? I think they're so underused. I love them. So for this recipe, you're going to need anywhere from 4 to 6 leeks. Now that depends, of course, upon the season and your local grocer. My local grocer, Giant, no good. Well, y'all know I'm not a fan of Giant. But anyway, this is the size of the leeks they had there. So I'm using 6 in this recipe. Now we'll talk a little bit more about leeks in a second, okay? In addition to that, you'll need about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. We're going to need about 3 tablespoons of flour, good old salt and pepper, and then some fresh flat leaf or Italian parsley, and we just gave that a rough chop like that, okay? Then, in addition to that, we're going to need about 2 cups of regular white milk, preferably whole milk, 4 cups of chicken stock, either homemade or you can cheat a little bit and use some bouillon. We use better than bouillon. Oh man, this stuff is so good, all right? And you would just use a teaspoon to every cup of water for this, and it tastes delish. I didn't have any homemade saved. I usually do. So that's what I'm using today, all right? Then we're going to need some Orzo. Oh, yeah. Now, you're going to want about 1/3 of a cup of dried Orzo, okay? And right off the bat, get that cooking, okay? Get it cooking, cool it off, run some cold water over it when it's done so that we can just pop it into the soup right at the end, okay? All right. But wait a minute. What is Orzo anyway? So, what is Orzo anyway? Well, Orzo is a small pasta, oh yeah, and it looks like a large grain of rice. Now, the Italian translation for Orzo is barley, and that's due to its resemblance to the grain. Well, that is before it's processed, you know. Now, Orzo falls into the category of pastinas, which mean small-shaped pastas, most often used for soups, and that's what we're using ours today for in our leek soup. Now, you always want to cook your Orzo al dente, which can take anywhere from 7 to 9 minutes in boiling water, which you have salted very well, okay? Now, Orzo comes in different sizes. We're using the standard number 43 size, okay? Well, I think this is almost done. Oh. Well, that's cool. I was kind of wondering that. Ha! All right, and in addition to that, you will need some cheddar cheese. Oh, yeah, now this is just for the garnish, but oh, man, does it make a difference, all right? All right, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get a soup pot or a stock pot and put it on some heat here until it heats up. We're going to go for a medium-high heat, okay? And then we're going to take 2 tablespoons of our butter and begin to melt that in there, okay? Now, once it's all nice and melted, we're going to start sauteing our vegetables, okay? Now, we're going to start with our carrots first. We're going to give that, I'm just going to put them right in right now. We just want to give those a little bit of a head start, okay? Let me stir that around a little bit. All right. So while that's cooking, let's talk leeks, okay? All right. So, leeks do have a habit of, they have a nasty little habit of, like, hiding dirt and a little bit of grit inside of it. It's so difficult to clean a leek sometimes, but I'm going to show you an easy way to do it. So, for that, let me adjust the camera. You can see the carrots cooking there, and then I'm going to move it over to our leek. Ah, perfect. Okay, so we're going to prepare our leeks. We want to slice them, okay? Now, we're going to skip the step of cleaning them right now, okay? And I'll tell you why in a second. So you want to cut off the roots at the bottom, okay? And then a good rule of thumb with every leek is you see your green part here where it stops right there. You're going to measure down approximately 2 inches. It's just a good rule of thumb for any leek, okay? I know it seems like such a waste, doesn't it? But look at how green that is in there. The greener it is, the more bitter of a taste you will have, okay? All right. So now take a look at your leek, and you can peel the outside peel off of it, kind of like an onion there, okay? Now what we are going to do is slice our leeks, just like so, okay? You know, it's not rocket science. You don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be exactly 1/16 of an inch long, okay? It doesn't have to be like that. All right, so now we have it like that, and then just give it a little rough cut like this. You don't have to cut every single one, but we want to have some small pieces in there as well, okay? So now we have this, okay? And you know we didn't wash it. All right, so we're going to do that now, but I need to give my carrots a little stir here. Ooh, perfect. Okay, So what we're going to do with these is take a colander and just pop them in there just like that. And all you're going to do is run cold water on it and give them a stir, okay? And just keep doing that for about 1 to 2 minutes, and your leeks will be clean and ready to go. Now, after you wash them, we're going to give them a pat off and make sure they're not dry, but of course you don't want them to be sopping wet, okay? All right, I'll see you in a second. I'm going to go rinse my leeks off. And we are back. Our leeks are looking wonderful. They're all clean and ready to go. And our carrots have been sauteing for, about 3 minutes or so here, okay? So now what we're going to do is, you guessed it, add our leeks right to the pot, all right? Get all them in there. Okay, perfect, wonderful. And then to that, we're going to add a pinch of salt and pepper, all right? This is all about building flavor. I know, I say this all the time. It's about building flavor, it is. And then you're going to give that a stir, okay? Ooh, gosh, it smells good already. Nice. All right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to just let that cook down for about 10 minutes or so. And give that a stir every so often, too, because we don't want it to brown and we don't want it to burn, all right? So I'll see you in about 10 minutes, okay? Okay. Okay, and that is just about perfect. Our leeks are starting to get nice and soft there. All right, so at this point, we're going to add our other tablespoon of butter and all of our garlic, okay? All that in there, and give that a stir. And you want to kind of keep stirring it until that butter completely melts. That'll be a nice time, a good enough time frame to get the garlic all nice and heated through. Okay, nice, perfect. And we're almost melted, and the next step we're going to do is add our flour. Oh yeah, essentially what we're doing here is creating kind of a roux, and a roux is just fat and flour mixed together, used to thicken soups and sauces and gravies, So, okay, yes, our butter is all nice and melted. Add our flour in there. And of course, a pinch of pepper and a pinch of salt. All right, so now we're going to stir this up until the flour completely is kind of coating all of our vegetables in there. And you'll see it start to brown up. Here, I'll show you. The bottom is starting to brown up a little bit there. And this is what we want. We want it to be heated up, the flour to be heated up enough so that we can add our liquid. Okay, perfect. Nice. All right, so next we're going to add about half of our milk slowly. We'll add a little like that. Give it a little bit of a stir there. Okay, a little bit more. All right, that's about a cup there. All right, stir it up a little. Okay. And then when that heats up, it should be any second. Yes, it's heated. Okay, we're going to add the rest of our milk. All right, nice. And that is, the gradual adding of your liquids is, again, building up the flavors, All right, very good here. This is so nice. Ooh. It's coming together, y'all. It's coming together. All right. So, once that starts to simmer, we're going to add the rest of our liquids, which is our 4 cups of chicken stock, okay? Now, you're going to want to add that gradually, kind of like we did the milk. That starts to simmer. Add your stock at little intervals, okay? All right. Okay, I'm having too much fun here. Oh my God, let me get back to, okay, all right, here, wait. Okay, much better. Okay, so now, once you add all of your stock to your soup. You're going to want to let it come to a boil, then reduce the heat and let it simmer for another 10 to 15 minutes, letting all those flavors meld and get all your vegetables cooked real nice. All right. And then if you find that your soup is a little bit too thick, just add a little bit of water or milk, maybe, tablespoon or two at a time until you get the desired consistency that you want. All right? All right. Ooh, we have cookies here. We do. We have... Okay. Anyway, so it's coming along. Oh, yeah. Okay, so at some point during the simmering process, we're going to add our parsley, okay? Now, we have about 1/3 cup of chopped fresh parsley here, and we're going to want to add about half of that right to our soup, okay? And give that a stir, and this is a personal preference here. Some people like it real heavy with the parsley, and some people do not. I'm right in the middle there, right? So I'm putting about 1/2 cup in there, and for me, it's just perfect. In addition to that, you guessed it, a pinch of salt, and a pinch of pepper too. Okay, and give that a stir and allow it to continue to simmer until your time is up. Like I said, anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes or so. Now, if you find your soup is too thin, what the heck do you do, right? You think it's too far gone. There's nothing you can do about that. No, there is. Now, of course, you could add a slurry, which is just cornstarch and water mixed together, and you could add that to it. That's a nice little tip there, and it works good. But you could also do my little trick that we used in the restaurant for years and years and years, and that is by getting some butter, and I'm saying 1/2 tablespoon at a time, okay? And roll it up in a little ball and toss it in some flour like this, and then you want to kind of squeeze it in your hand to get some of the butter in there, okay? It's not, there's no perfect way of doing this. You just want to make sure your butter is coated with flour, like so, okay? We call these roux balls. I think we did this in another video once. And then you can just toss this right in your soup, all right? And then keep stirring it until you get the desired thickness of your soup that you want. Oh, we are coming along nicely here. Oh, yes, I'm going to say maybe 2-3 minutes longer, and it's ready to go. Oh, yes, y'all. Okay. It smells so good. Okay, so while that's finishing up, we're going to get our garnishes ready. So for that, we already have our chopped parsley. We're going to use the rest of this as a garnish. And we are going to use some yummy, sharp cheddar cheese as a garnish too. So to do that, you're just going to grate it, just grate it like normal. Here, I'll show you. See it there? Like you needed to know how to grate cheddar cheese. All right, so we're going to grate our cheddar cheese, and we're going to set that aside, all right, for serving. And at this point, you have a decision to make. I know it's a tough one, but the decision is yours. You could either use an immersion blender at this point, and that would give it more of a bisque consistency, or you can leave it just as it is in all its chunky, creamy goodness. That's the way I like it, so I'm not using the immersion blender, but your choice, okay? Now, right before serving, we're going to add our cooked orzo right to the pot, and then we're going to ladle it into soup bowls and top it with shredded cheddar cheese and some fresh parsley, and you are ready to go. All right? Yes! There it is. Oh, yeah, I didn't show them. I'll have to, let's see here. If I can I don't think I showed you the finished one in the kitchen. No, it was in a big rush. There it is. Yum, yum.
So we took a vote without you, and we decided I'm going to try it.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
It was unanimous.
Okay.
So, okay.
I can tell. It smells so delicious. It's one of my favorite soups. Good?
I wouldn't have thought orzo
Oh, I know. The orzo really
And-
adds a nice,
You think you're gonna get like a potato or something.
Yeah.
In a taste like this, it's not.
Nope.
Mm.
It's light, spring light.
Mhm.
And the cheddar really adds a little bit of sharpness to it.
Yeah.
That really is good.
Parsley
I
makes
wouldn't
more of a
skip
difference
that.
than I thought.
Yeah. Keeps it light, fresh, springy.
I approve.
Good. Well, I hope you guys like the
Parsley in my
recipe.
teeth, probably.
No, I think you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
I would be the first person on YouTube to have food. Have food on their face on video? I don't know anyone like
true,
that.
right? But no, it's pretty easy to make. What a half hour? I think I let it go
You filmed it.
the whole time.
Yeah, I filmed it in real time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was.
So
Yeah.
easy, fun. I hope you try it. If you do, let me know if you like it or not. Okay.
Yeah, definitely give it a whirl.
And there's, you can do a lot with it too. You could add protein. You could add some grilled chicken to it.
Mm-hmm.
You could add green beans to it. You could add corn. I mean, you can really tailor it to your own liking too.
Yeah, put a grilled shrimp on top.
Or some shrimp. That might be good. But I think it's good just the way it is.
It's very tasty.
The leek.
So do give it a whirl.
Yes.
Well, thank y'all for watching.
Yeah.
Please do subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and hit the bell on your way out so you get alerts when we have new videos and also when we go live. You can follow us on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc or on Twitter at SmokeySteveA. Our email address, our contact info is listed below as well. Thank you again, and I will catch up with y'all tomorrow for another story time.
Story time with Steve.
I don't know, we might go back to jail.
People have been asking about it. You hinted about it a couple.
Or I might take you to church. I don't
Ooh,
know.
that might be good,
We're either
too.
going to jail or church tomorrow. I'm not sure
Ooh.
which.
Oh well, I can hardly wait.
Let's see.
We'll
We'll see.
see. What's that?
I don't know. That's my... Maybe it'll be juicy, maybe it won't.
Oh, I got you. Thanks so much for watching. It was great spending time with you. As always, I will post this recipe over on Facebook so you can print it out and use it yourself. All right? Stay safe, stay well, but above all else, stay positive. Ciao, everybody. See you next time. I want some of it.
Fine.